everyone, it's Lisa at KGTropicals.com. Today is August 27th, 2013, and I wanted to personally welcome you to this edition of Tank Talk. You get to finally meet me. I know, John talks about me all the time. You've seen a picture of me on the website, you hear about me a lot. So you finally get to meet me, and I want to say, hey, give me some credit today though, okay? Because this is my very first video and I'm a little bit nervous. But I've got a couple things to update you guys on before I pass you on to John, who will be doing the topic of the day, which is Malawi bloat. I want to give a shout out to Brian Carlisle. He did an amazing job on our banner for YouTube and also Facebook. Just an amazing job. Thanks so much, Brian. Thank you so much. Check him out at www.gadgetsponge.com. Great stuff on there. So we're on our last week here of our special for the OB peacocks. You spend $50 or more and you get one of these beautiful fish. They're amazing. All you gotta do is spend $50 or more and you get one. You gotta have one of these in your tank, you guys. I have people come in the store all the time and they'll buy 3. They're like, I want 3 of these OBs. So I send them out the door with 3 OBs. Anyways, last week, so go ahead and order some fish up and get your free OB, okay? Another thing I want to talk about is we got a new shipment in this week. We got a bunch of Mbunas. We had a few, but we have many more now, so you won't be disappointed. We got the red top hongi, one of my personal favorites, so go check us out on our website and maybe we'll have something that you want. Also, we got the trout cichlid. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that one, but John just did a video, so check that video out and see how you feel about it. You know, I mean, they might not be for you, but it's a great fish. Also, we got the blackfin leathernot, pretty rare fish, so we're really excited about having that in our store and offering it on our website. So I want to end this video with telling you thank you so much for all your comments, feedbacks. If you're just a customer, we thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to send you beautiful fish. And I'm going to pass you on to John now. You have a wonderful day and thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so you finally got to meet Lisa. How did she do? I haven't even seen the video yet. I'm sure she did great. I'm glad you got to meet her, and what can I say? I know I'm a lucky guy. Be nice. I know you're thinking, how did John get a chick like that? Be nice. I'm a good guy. All right, we got to move on to the topic of the day because today it's a big one. I'm going to talk very fast. I know some of you all don't like that, but I have to do it because I don't want this video to be super long. We're going to talk about Malawi bloat. Malawi bloat is a very complex disease, and we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to try to be as thorough as I can. But you know me, I'm going to try to keep it simple, and I'm going to try to get through everything, so let's just get right into it because I could be here all night, and it's already 8:20. Lisa's got barbecue at home from Q Barbecue. Do you watch Barbecue Pitmasters? It's Tuffy Stone's barbecue. I got to go home and eat it. Anyway, all right. Malawi bloat, what is it? It's an intestinal disease that you can basically compare to extreme constipation, okay? That's all you really need to know about it. It's extreme constipation. And if it's not treated immediately, you can pretty much say your goodbyes. I know that sounds mean, but this is the kind of thing that if you don't catch it early, it's lights out. And so it's best to be doing the right thing from the get-go, preventing this disease from happening. And if you do start to see signs, jump on it right away. We'll get back into that in a minute. Another big thing to stress about this is that it is not limited to only fish from Malawi. So yes, your Burchardi, your Tropheus, your Frontosas, yes, they can get Malawi bloat. So if they show symptoms of bloat, don't think that, oh, well, they're not from Malawi, so they can't get it. No, treat for bloat. Or say your goodbyes, however you want to look at it. What are the symptoms of bloat? You all know what they are. They get a lack of appetite. They get reclusive. They kind of hide out in the corners, or they hide out up top. you know when your fish isn't acting right. It's kind of the same thing as we talked about with ick, except with bloat, their belly, just like it's called bloat, their belly is going to get swollen. And there, you also might see a red swollen area around their exit port. This is a G-rated program. I'm not going to use that other word. Their exit port might get swollen and red, and if that happens, folks, look out. In extreme cases of this disease, the entire fish can swell. I've seen it. It's brutal. It's very sad, and I'm going to tell you something. It's horrible. We've had it happen here one time. It was an absolutely gorgeous male Lethrinops intermedius, and his entire body bloated up. It was a nightmare. I still see it in my head. As bad as it was, though, I wish I would have taken a picture because I would have been able to show it to you on this video, but I didn't because I'm not sick like that. So, all right, treatment for it. I'm going to be honest, okay? This is what I do for a living. That Q barbecue that I'm going to go eat was bought from money that we made in this store, okay? It puts food on the table. But I'm not going to tell you that I've had a lot of success curing bloat. And the reality is, it's one of those diseases that not a lot of people can cure. And even people who have treated for it successfully would tell you that doing everything right, you still really only have a 50-50 shot if it's not caught extremely early. So treating for it, it's kind of, I mean, it's up in the air. You can buy the products that are out there. I've never used them, so I'm not going to tell you they're good. I'm not going to tell you that they're bad. But there are some products out there that contain things like trichlorophon. I don't know if I said that right. And metronidazole. I know I didn't say that right, but you know what I'm saying. Look it up. Apparently, those work. I've never tried them because we don't get a lot of bloat, and when we do have it, it's been lights out. So it's almost like we caught it too late. We know better now, and you're going to know better after watching this video too. Our way we treat it when we have it, and it is rare, it doesn't happen all the time. The way we treat it is with Epsom salt. It's almost like the treatment that we talked about with ick. We will hospitalize the fish, take them out of the tank, because nobody really knows whether or not this disease is contagious. So yes, we take them out, put them in a hospital tank. I don't believe that it is contagious. I've had one fish come down with it and nobody else. So I don't think it's contagious. Put them in a hospital tank, some Epsom salt, good clean water, and some heat, and they're either going to come out of it or they're not. I mean, I'm one of those people, I've got so many fish that I'm not going to go out and spend $60 on medications for a $10 fish. I know that sounds mean, but I'm not going to do it. Some Epsom salt, you can get it at the dollar store for $1, and if that doesn't work, then it probably wasn't going to work anyway. So that's what we do. Good clean water, heat, Epsom salt, and we're not all that technical with how much Epsom salt we put in there. We don't overload it. It's not like we coat the entire bottom of the tank with it. We put a few tablespoons in there and we cross our fingers. I know that sounds morbid, folks, but look, this disease, if they have the major symptoms like the swollen belly and the red around their exit port, it's almost too late at that point. So there's not a lot of high hopes with this disease. The best thing to do is to not have it happen at all. And actually, preventing bloat is simple. If you're doing the right thing, if you're taking care of your aquarium and you're feeding your fish the proper diet, there should not come down with bloat. All of these diseases are the same way. Ick is the same way. You keep your aquarium clean, you got your temperature up, you're not going to have it. Bloat's the same way. Keep your water clean and feed them the right foods. Now, what is the right foods? Now, what I would tell you is, first of all, when it comes to African cichlids, stay away from anything that you would feed your South and Central American cichlids. I get so many people that come in here, oh, we feed our peacocks bloodworms. Don't do that. Brine shrimp. I'm drawing a blank. It's late. all of these different frozen foods and live foods and all of these things, you don't want to feed those to your Africans. The best thing to do for your fish's diet is feed them food that is made specifically for African cichlids. They're not hard to find. Between NLS, Hikari, Extreme, there are so many different foods out there that I didn't even just mention that are made specifically for African cichlids. Now, not all Hikari, not all NLS is made for Africans, but they have African cichlid food that they make specifically for them. There's also food out there that's made specifically for Mbunas, safe for peacocks and haps, so it's not only for Mbunas, but it is food with a high spirulina content, a high vegetation content, and that is for your Mbunas. They will thrive on that. Pretty much every manufacturer out there now has food that has got a high spirulina content. That's what you want to feed to your Mbunas. Your peacocks and haps use a manufactured food for African cichlids. Who cares what's in it? This food is made specifically for those fish. So don't start getting into the, well, this has this content and this has that. You can overkill yourself to death. If you're buying a reputable brand food and it's made specifically for African cichlids, it's going to be fine. I know there's a lot of people that are going to argue with me on that. We have a food of choice. We feed our African cichlids Extreme. If you haven't heard of Extreme, you're going to hear about it soon from us because we're going to be selling it very soon. Really excited about that. Extreme is made by the breeder that we buy our fish from. So it makes sense for us to feed Extreme. We've had really good results with it. That's what we use. Our fish don't get bloat from that food. It's made specifically for African cichlids. So feed them the right foods. Don't start throwing bloodworms and shrimp and all of this mysis shrimp and don't feed them don't do that, but feed them food that's made specifically for African cichlids and keep your water clean. If you do that, you are going to prevent bloat and you'll never have to worry about this. So to sum it all up, I hope I covered everything. I don't know if I did or not. Like I said, it's late, I'm hungry. It's 8:30 at night I'm here and doing this video for you guys. You can tell that I'm tired, but the best way to treat for bloat is to not let it happen to begin with. You know that a way of preventing cancer is to not smoke, right? This is the same thing. Now, if you do everything right, can your fish still get bloat? Sure. Just like you can have a marathon athlete out there that gets lung cancer. Things happen. But if you do your job and you take care of your aquarium, you keep the water clean, and you give your African cichlids the proper diet, you shouldn't have a problem with bloat. Prevention is the best way to treat this. So, that's it. I could probably talk about this all night long. You can see I'm sweating, I'm hungry, I gotta go home. That's all. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this makes a little bit more sense. Bloat is something not to be messed with. If you find your fish has the symptoms, pull it out, try some Epsom salt, get them in some nice clean water. It almost shouldn't be called a hospital tank, it should be more called a hospice tank. But that's just my experience with it. If you've had a better experience with bloat, or if you've had more success, there is no good experience, put in the comment section, let me know what you did. I'm interested to know. It's not like it's something we run into all the time, but if you've been able to have success curing it, let me know what you've done. I'd love to hear it, because we do get it from time to time, and when it happens, I sure would like to fix it, especially on some of these expensive fish in here. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope I've made this make a little bit more sense. Thank you to Lisa for helping with the intro to the video. You guys have been asking for her. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're still listening to me at this point. It's a long video. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks again. www.KGTropicals.com. We'll see you next week.